Good Thursday morning, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot. I hope this reading finds you happy, healthy, and well. So, it's July. We are 6 months into 2022. Today is 7/7/2022. The first 7 days of July have been kind of crazy for me. It's kind of really everything kind of happening all at once. So looking for things to calm down now that the tower moment happened. Looking for things to kind of calm down and get back into the rhythm. So be expecting more of these pick a card, pick a pile readings. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification button, and sharing. So I posted this earlier yesterday morning. We have the, okay, what are these? The Starseed, that's what they are. Starseed Wisdom cards. We have Strength. You're being guided by the cosmos to stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. That's pile number 1. Pile number 2 is Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. And pile number 3 is Ascension. Your soul is evolving to a higher state of consciousness, and you are ready for this. So we're going to take a moment to still ourselves, to be quiet, to tune in, and then pick the deck that best resonates with you. Okay, I'll be right back. So if you've chosen pile number 1, your Starseed card was Strength. You're being guided by the cosmos to stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. So I know that a lot of us have a tendency, when things go wrong and when we have those tower moments and when we are out of control of situations that we feel the need to be in control of, we lose all sense of strength. We lose all sense of faith. We lose all sense of gratitude and passion and compassion. And so we have to take a step back and we have to reevaluate our situation. So I think that that is what this reading may be about. Reevaluating your situation, coming back into a time of appreciation, using your voice, saying what you need to say, expressing your individuality, expressing yourself, not only showing appreciation to self and to those around you, and showing appreciation to those who may have helped you get to where you are, but also showing appreciation to self, because without self-love, I feel that it makes the journey of acquiring strength and compassion for oneself and for others very difficult, right? Without appreciation, without gratitude, without love, compassion, empathy, it makes it very hard for us to acknowledge the journey, right? It makes it very difficult for us to see the other side of a difficult situation. So we have the Knight of Cups. Usually the Knight of Cups, I talk about someone coming in and not being able to fulfill promises and things like that. But I think in this case, with the appreciation card and the throat chakra card, that I feel like this has to do with your relationship with you, right? So Spirit is saying that you are the energy of the High Priestess. You always have been, you always will. You always will be able to see things from a higher consciousness. You will always be able to tap into your intuition. You will always be able to tap into that energy of universal spiritual connection, guidance, strength, appreciation. However, because we are emotional beings, we allow the downside of things to overshadow how strong and compassionate and grateful and loving we truly are, and then we put ourselves in this mindset of victimhood mentality, and then we make promises to ourselves when we get into this high vibrational level of appreciation or of gratitude or of speaking our truth. And when things don't go as planned, we then have a tendency to fail ourselves and then put ourselves into this victimhood mentality. So I think that's where the strength card comes in. I think what Spirit is saying here is that you are being guided by this high priestess energy. You are being guided to see beyond this victimhood mentality. You're being guided to understand that there is a such thing as divine timing, and that what you see as time here is different than how Spirit relates or resonates with time, if at all. And that by trying to rush things and by trying to jump into things and by trying to um, fulfill your wants, needs, dreams, and desires on your human time frame, and then sabotaging that when it doesn't get here in your what you have in mind, in the time frame you have in mind, it sabotages the journey as a whole, not just not just how you feel about the timing or how you feel about you, but it pours over into everything. It pours over into you feeling like a victim. It pours over into you um, coming from a place of self-pity. It pours over into you coming from a place of giving up on those dreams and that passion that you have, when truly all you have to do is stay in this divine energy of the high priestess, this seeing beyond what is, the understanding of being universally spiritually connected, the understanding of being this form of energy that can manifest, that can create, that can transmute and transform negative ways of thinking and feeling into pure positive energy ways of thinking and feeling, just by getting into a higher level of vibration, just by speaking your truth, just by being honest, just by not giving in to other people's desires to manipulate you and how you feel. We have perspective, so that's all about looking at this situation from a different perspective. This is the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot. Creating a sacred space that is beneficial for you and your growth. And understanding, I can't express this enough, understanding that there may be people out there who I can't cover up the High Priestess card. I don't feel good about that. There may be people out there who would love nothing more than to navigate your perspective from this high priestess energy and this energy of appreciation and standing in your truth and speaking your truth and stepping into your sacred space and looking at this from a different perspective. There may be people out there who would love nothing more than to convince you that all of this is bullshit and that you have to struggle, you have to do this, you have to do that, there is no such thing as this, that, and the third, and trick you into actually believing this feeling of victimhood, this feeling of a victim to the man, this feeling of you have to struggle and crawfish your way up to the top, or you um, have to sacrifice and all of these other low vibrational energies that these people on the dark side would love um, to project onto you to get you from that beautiful, loving light in which you are, that beautiful, loving energy in which you are, to um, to being just a victim of your past or a victim of um, society. So be very careful who you give your energy to. Be very careful. Vulnerability was the next card. Be very careful of not only who you give your energy to, but who you allow to, um, who you who you allow into your energy, and who you allow to. What is the word? What is that word? It's who you allow yourself to be vulnerable around, or who you give your energy to when they come at you with this feeling of needing help and vulnerability. Because some people come at it sideways too. Some people come at it in ways that, because you're this light worker, because you're a medium or a divine being, some people come at it at ways of creating this vulnerability, right? And opening themselves up to you in a way that you feel you are doing something good for them, but beyond the curtain, they are manipulating you in ways that you have yet to see. And by the time you do get around to seeing it or understanding it, you're already, trapped in this mental headspace of, not wanting to either see it or believe it, because who would do such a thing? Who would trick somebody into believing, that they are um, in need of, and then manipulate someone's energy, or manipulate someone's time, or manipulate someone's um, heart, or manipulate someone's words. So the vulnerability card is, this is a confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back, or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. So it's not so much your vulnerability, it's the vulnerability that others present to you, to that gives you the false sense of security that allows you to be open. And then when you let them in, it's this form of trickery, this form of getting you to second guess everything about yourself. And then that, once that takes hold, we are then, we start to second guess our dreams. We start to second guess our connection. We start to second guess our thoughts, our desires, our compassion, our gratitude, our love, our this, our strength, our sacred space. And so that's why you're being guided to look at this from a different perspective. Um, you're also guided to have courage, which is the strength card comes in. There is a lot of love and passion here that you have for your life, um, for your connection, for your sacred space. There's a lot of passion that you have here. There's a lot of lust for life that you have here. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Put yourself in a perspective to where you're able to see things clearly. Put yourself in a perspective where um, you're not being open to those who are presenting themselves to be one way, only to show themselves as another way. That's what I want to say. So this is, if you've chosen the strength card, that is your reading. I hope it helps. Please let me know in the comments section if you resonated with this reading, if you see it from a different perspective, or even um, if you're reading it from a different perspective. Now, this could be you being vulnerable to the energies of those around you, and not really necessarily um, seeing the trickery, or um, the people who may be just a little bit jealous of your gifts. And with this, it almost feels like a sleight of hand. Someone says, "Oh, look at this. This is da 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 da," and with the other hand, they're doing something that could be detrimental to your growth, to your connection, to your passion, to your clarity, right? So to your sacred space. So just be very careful on on the people you let in your energy. Just be very careful of the people who you agree to work with. I think by using your intuition, you're able to feel out that energy and you're able to sense it from a different perspective. And you have to find that strength and that courage to say, I don't think that our energies match, or I don't think that we are a good fit, and perhaps give them some guidance that also brings closure to that energy relationship that you have. So that is it. Just be vocal, speak how you feel, and don't be afraid to see the reality or the perspective, the different perspective from this situation or this energetic relationship or this. Yes, don't be afraid to see this from a different perspective. Don't be afraid to, because we don't want to think that a lot of people are like that. So we wear blinders the majority of the time. We want to think, because we do what we do, we want to think everybody is good. Everybody is good. Everybody is good. There's no way that anyone would do that. I mean, I'm giving them my time. I'm giving them clarity. I'm giving them, I'm helping them. I'm creating this safe and sacred space for them. There's no way anyone would do that. But there are people that do that, and we have to know that. I mean, yes, we come from a place of spirit and source, but we can't be as naive to say that there is no one who would come into our energy who would trick us or try to hurt us or deceive us, right? Because there are. So look at this relationship or the situation from a different perspective and bring clarity to it and see it for what it is. Don't make excuses for it. Say what you have to say and release your energy from the situation, and then use it as a learning experience, and then move on. I hope this reading, for the second time, has brought clarity to and understanding to you. I thank you so very much for being open to the words from this reading. And until next time, know that you're divinely guided and loved. Take care of you. If you have chosen pile 2, you've chosen the Stillness Starseed card. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. All right, let's see. We have Door to Spirit. And seventh chakra archangel Uriel. So you guys, spirit really has something to say. Really has something to say. Really has something to show you. Really has something to so I really feel that you guys are being guided to come from a place of stillness when connecting with source and spirit. There are doors opening to you, and a lot of us are too much involved in the everyday mundane outside world bullshit to sit still enough to hear the messages that are coming through from spirit, or see the messages that are coming through, or feel the messages that are coming through, or intuitively accept the messages that are coming through. So sometimes we just have to tune out to tune in. Tune out to tune in. So your first card is the Star. So many messages coming through just from spirit and source. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is all about being an attitude of gratitude. The Star card is giving into the resistance of going after your wants, needs, dreams, desires, giving into the resistance, giving up the resistance that you have. So I know this may sound odd, but I feel that some of you are very resistant into hearing what Spirit has to say, very resistant in connecting to that divine, very resistant to being open to the messages, seeing them, hearing them, feeling them, using your intuition, dreaming about them. It's like you have this wonderful gift, but not very sure that that you want to. And I don't know why I'm saying that. I really don't. It's very weird. Um, It's odd. Anyway, so we have this little bird bringing about these messages, and we have the Star card, which is all of your dreams coming true, and the Seven of Pentacles is continuing to work on your craft, and the Six of Cups is coming from an attitude of gratitude, doing something nice for someone, showing your appreciation to those who have helped you. I don't know why, I have this feeling of resistance, resistance to spirit, resistance to feeling, sensing, learning, hearing, accepting, all of that. It's really weird. So the Seven of Pentacles, even though they're creating this nest egg for the future, the tree is pretty barren. And you know, I really think that the reason why this tree is barren is because this bird really wants the world to see what they've created for themselves, right? So there are no leaves on the tree. Look at me. Look what I've created all the way at the top of this tree. I've continued to plant seeds, and here they are coming to fruition, and this is what I've created for myself. And then the Six of Cups is being in that form of that spot of gratitude, being in that spot of appreciation, doing something nice for somebody, paying it forward, getting together with friends and family. This card is also a card of reminiscing and thinking about the past and thinking about those who have made a difference in our past. And the Star card is getting little messages on paths to follow and dreams coming true. And so there's a lot of, I think, spiritual elements here in all of these cards. And what it's odd what I'm being guided to say is that we need you to be more open. We need you to be more still. We need you to be less resistant to the messages that are coming through to you, to the opportunities that are coming through to you. I feel just some of you are just so, um, it's almost like cutting yourself off or shooting yourself in the foot, because when we give up, when we give up that resistance, that means that we are allowing things to happen that may be beyond our control and that may be intimidating. So it's very interesting indeed. So we have self-interest, we have caching, and we have survival. So I think this is interesting that we have one bird here who is taking more than their share, and taking it someplace and putting it aside for later, and doing that because they feel that I kind of feel like they feel like all of their needs aren't going to be met by the everyday kind of thing. So they're doing whatever that they need to do or can do or have to do to make sure they have what they need for that rainy day, or if things go sideways, that they are prepared. So this almost feels like some of you getting preparing yourself for that next step, preparing yourself for um, that unknown circumstance or unknown situation that some of you may be attempting to allow yourself to release the resistance and to open up to this new energy that's coming in with the Star card and the Seven of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Seven of Pentacles. And the only downside here is that you're coming at it, it feels like, from a selfish perspective, right? That this is me, this is mine, I'm not sharing, I need this for a later time. I'm going to go and I'm going to take it and I'm going to hide it out somewhere for my own benefit and my own survival. I can't take the chance that if I share this with someone else, that when things are at their worst, that other people will look out for me. Does that make sense in some weird way? So even though you have this attitude of gratitude and coming together with family and friends and talking about the past, and even though you're up here saving for that rainy day, and even though we're here with the Star card and all of our dreams are coming true, and we have these messages from Spirit coming in, and we're being guided to do all of these great and wonderful things, it almost feels like that's not enough for you, that you have to go be above and beyond to do what you need to do to make sure that you in this physical world um, are taken care of, and it's whatever I have to do that, right? So it almost feels like you you are ready to open that door to spirit and source after being resistant to it, but you wouldn't bet your life on it to keep you in a place of sustainability with that Seven of Pentacles, right? You wouldn't go as far as saying, okay, Spirit, I understand that you want me to be happy, and I understand that I have all these great gifts, and I understand that I'm source energy, and I understand that I have this huge vortex of everything out there that I could ever want. As long as I'm happy, and as long as I'm vibrating from the level that resonates with that, I can have all of these things I want. This vortex opens, and all these things come out. That's great. Get it. However, but I can't feel it, I can't see it, I can't touch it, I can't taste it. So I'm going to go out and do whatever I have to do to make sure that my future self is prepared for anything that happens, and I'm going to go out and do whatever I have to do to make sure that my future self, or myself at this moment, and my family, and whatever's taken care of. Because if this shit don't work that you're talking about, Spirit, if it doesn't work, if I let my guard down, if I open the door to you, if I open the door to to talking to spirit, and to raising my vibration, and to being happy all the time, and this. If I open all of this up to you and it doesn't work, and I'm not doing what I have to do to protect myself, then, it's almost like you're going, okay, I trust you, but, okay, I get what you're saying, but, okay, I understand that I have to do all of this, but I'm not taking any chances at all. So you're also being guided to pay attention to your dreams, and to stand your ground where it matters, where it counts. There may be, and you also may be dealing with other physical people here that you may feel who 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 does not have your best interest at heart. So you may be going out of your way to do what you need to do in your best interest to um, to for your future self, in order to survive and thrive, right? If what you have going on doesn't work for you in the future. So this is all about um, your physical sustainability, your growth, as far as making sure that if anything was to happen, that you are physically taken care of. So you're going to do whatever you can do to make sure, that happens. If it's putting things, putting money away, socking money away in your drawer instead of putting it in a bank. If it's having alternative forms of transportation, motorcycles, bicycles, quads, RVs to live in, if the house living in a house is no longer sustainable to your survival. So I feel like this is kind of half spiritual and half like doomsday prepper in a way. Um, and so the standing your ground is an empowering, confident, building action to take from time to time. Now is the moment when you need to stand your ground. You know you can do it, and know that by doing it, you will be the victor. Dream talk is your subconscious constantly and um, subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. So, standing your ground and paying attention to your dreams. Then we also have the card of answers. So whatever question it is that you have at this moment, you know the answer to, and maybe somewhere subconsciously, spirit is guiding you in one direction, and for your survival, for your benefit, for your self-interest, you are going in perhaps a direction that you need to go in, separate from that connection to source and spirit, right? Life purpose, justice, and strength. So I feel in one way here that by sitting in a time of stillness, and reflecting on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion, you're able to open those doors to spirit, and you're able to um, connect to source energy and life purpose and balance these scales, if you will. And then on another, in a whole nother aspect of your life, I feel that you may be one of those one of those people, and I'm not insulting anyone when I say one of those people, just one of those people who may in some way believe in the whole spirit connection, source energy, happy, compassion, empathy, love, raising vibration way, but that's not going to put food or money on the table. So you have to do what's in your best interest to, do that. So, and I think that by sitting in a place of stillness, you perhaps maybe can bring the two of these together and have the answers that you need in order for them to work or to coincide equally in a balanced way. This is a transformational time. I mean, it almost feels like um, it's not a complete transformation because you're not completely depending on um, the messages and spirit and source, right? You're also depending on your physical human self to get you through these physical human times. And I think you understand about source energy and raising vibrations, but I don't think you're 100% complete, convinced that that is the answer, right? That is the answer. That all of my problems can be solved if I give if I give up resistance, if I step into source energy, spirit, if I'm happy, if I raise my vibration, if I come from a place of stillness and love and kindness and compassion, that um, I can manifest and I can transmute negative energy into love and bring it back to me, and all these wonderful things can happen, and all my dreams and desires can be met, and I don't have to struggle, and I don't have to do this and this and this and this. And I think that there's a part of you that is open to being open, but not open to 100% believing that all of that is doable. So, um, I guess we all go through our own personal um, uncertainties, and we have to go through our own personal experiences to understand. And I feel like this is your own personal experience, all of this, that the connection with this physical survival self-interest and this spiritual connection with source energy and spirit, and then trying to balance these two together and trying to put it all where it fits for you, right? And I wish you luck in doing that. And know that you are divinely guided and loved. And until next time, take care of you. All right. If you have chosen pile number 3, you have chosen the Ascension Starseed card. Your soul is evolving to a higher status of consciousness. You are ready. You are ready, gal. You're ready. Let's see. Victory. And Angel of Love. Yes, so you are ready. You're coming into a time of self-love, of just knowing love, being love, giving love. And from that comes this feeling of being vic victorious in everything that you do. Um, you know, number 2 was talking about the uncertainty of that connection with spirit and source. There was this, like, 50-50 kind of thing. Yes, I kind of believe, but I have to do what I have to do in order to survive and be self-sufficient in my physical world. And I think that coming from that stillness place, you are then able to ascend to a higher state of consciousness to where you understand that it all comes hand in hand. It all comes together in this form of spiritual energy. So from that, there is this feeling of victory and this feeling of self-love, and you're learning so much about yourself during this time of transformation, creative energy and power and strength and new opportunities coming forward. So the Ascension fits right in with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is all about learning, um, not not only about yourself spiritually, but I think about yourself as a teacher as well, as the student, as the teacher, knowing that um, generational um, ideas, generational practices, generational um, ob- observations can be changed, and we don't have to constantly go with, you know, what was once before us, right? So in just for an example, in my case, it's generational poverty, right? My family, all of them. Um, I come from a line of dirt floor, poor Southern Baptist preachers who preached in dirt floor churches, and um, some family who lived in Louisiana and packed up, literally built a wood log barge and put their shit on it and floated down the Mississippi to when they got to this place that had the a red stick or a stick in the ground painted red, which was at that time Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge, and or Rouge. Um, don't don't criminalize me for saying it wrong if I said it wrong. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and they started over there. So that generational poverty, that that wheel can be broken, and you can present yourself as something more than what once was. You have the key to that knowledge right now. You know, we go on and on in this time of things that happened, you know, in the past, thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, that we can't physically change, but by acquiring the key to knowledge and by changing this generational pattern, you're able to come out on the other side with experience and with passion and with knowledge, and then move forward into a time of abundance and victory and love for self, but love also from the experiences of the past, right? We can't forget about what has happened in the past, but there's no amount of anger, resentment, shame placed on others, abuse placed on others, violence placed on others that is going to change what happened. But we can change. We can change with knowledge on it. We can change this world with the knowledge that we have to make sure it doesn't happen again. And by acquiring the passion and the creative energy and the growth and the strength from that knowledge, you can move forward and do so many great things in this world to make sure that we change the patterns of the past. Nature, spending time out in nature, displacement. Remember we talked wrath, yeah. So remember what I talked about, that projecting pain and projecting hurt and projecting bitterness and all of this on others because of things that have happened to the past. And I think people who do that want to displace what the ongoing issues are of the world at the moment. So when I say displace, I think that there are some people who live by um, the the energy that if I can take something and create it into something so big and throw it out into the world and get so many people angry and upset and hostile about it that they don't see what is truly happening and what is truly going on in the world, right? They won't pay attention to that because we have displaced their attention somewhere else. And I kind of feel that that is a lot of what's going on today, that we have this potential of great knowledge, right? Great knowledge at our fingertips, great knowledge of what how we can change um, how we can change past situations. We can't change past situations that are happening in the past, but we can change to make sure that they are not happening today. And I think that there are some people who would love nothing more than to take what we are passionate about and turn it into something different and displace that and then cause chaos and anger. So I feel with you that you have this potential of ascending to a higher state of consciousness, and I feel that you have this knowledge to do so, but I think there are those around you who are trying to get your attention on things that they know that you're so passionate about that will cause you to that will distract you from that passion, right? There are many of us, there are many, not of us, there are many people, physical people in this world who don't want to see people rise above where they are. They don't want to see people educated. They don't want to see people acknowledging that they don't want to see people trying to change this world for a better place. They don't want to see people changing this world from a better place, from a place of love. They would rather see people trying to change this world into a better place through anger and violence. And anger and violence breeds more anger and violence. You will never slap someone across the face and expect them to give you a hug and to kiss, or for slapping them or opening up their eyes too, or it's not the way that happens. You can't breed love through hate and anger. You can't breed love through violence and hatred and chaos. It doesn't work. So I feel that there may be people in your life who are just trying to displace you from what it is that you're passionate about, trying to displace you from moving past those generational uncertainties or generational poverty or generational racism or generational, what in your case, whatever that is, trying to educate yourself about it and trying to change these ways through love and through success and through passion and through growth and through creativity and through you moving up this ladder to success. I think there are people around you that are trying to distract you from that and trying to create or breed some kind of anger within you, some kind of wrath within you, or get you to join this wrath mentality or this wrath energy by displacing your attention from where you want it to be to somewhere else. So just be very careful about the people that you confide in, the people you trust in, the people that you give your time to. Spend some time in nature by yourself. Do some grounding. Surround yourself with light and find your center. We also have the card of boundaries, right? Set boundaries around yourself. So imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. And yes, there may be people who may be attracted to your brilliance, and that's all the more reason to set boundaries around yourself, because some of these people may not be attracted to your brilliance for this reason other people are. Some people may be attracted to your brilliance as I said, get your attention away from what it is that you're passionate about and what you feel your purpose here is, and then cause a lot of internal, external hate and anger toward others. Find your center. Your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's growing inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? So remember to do that. If you feel yourself coming from a place of hate and anger as opposed to from a place of love, compassion, passion, creativity, abundance, and prosperity, if you find yourself coming from anything other than that, check in with yourself. What's going on? You are filled with all of these wonderful, brilliant ideas that you can start a career from, that you can take to places that has the potential of bringing in this prosperity and abundance. Don't let other people distract you from that. Don't let other people place that pill of of anger and resentment and hatred within you, to where you are distracted from changing the generational issues or worldly issues that you're passionate about, changing those for the better from a place of love and compassion, as opposed to from a place of hatred and wrath, right? So set those healthy boundaries. Spend some time in nature. Take a step back away from people who are chaotic, who are um, who are angry, who are resentful, who want to project pain and hate onto others. You are such a beautiful soul. That is the last thing that you need, is for someone to dim your light and fill you with darkness. So know that you're divinely guided in love, and know that you're here for a purpose. And that purpose is to make a change in not only your life, but those around you and those who will come after you. And you can do it from a place of love and compassion, as opposed to a place of anger and hatred. And you are capable of coming from a place of light to do this, as opposed from a place of darkness, like others have tried. Know that you're divinely guided and loved. I wish you luck. Take care of you.